On my mama, y'all bitches still not shit to me. Y'all not fucking with me. I'm looking good, ready to do Baddy shot o'clock. Bitch, I'm here. What's up?
What's up, y'all? I am back with another recap to talk to you guys about Baddies Midwest episode 5. This episode was another drag. It was a little better than last week's episode, but it still was such a drag. I'm just so over these produced ass scenes where Zeus tells this group of girls to come talk, and then the people they're beefing with just shows up in the scene. Like, it's blatantly obvious. And I still stand on what I said. Like, the reason why it's dragging because they literally rushed this season. Like, we literally could have gotten the whole season of Jocelyn's Cabaret, and we could have got Baddies in January, but no, they didn't. But we're gonna talk about it. This review probably ain't gonna be that long. I'm just gonna zoom past some stuff. So like always, the episode ends off like where it left off last week, where Natalie says that the 3 OGs that's gonna be in the house with the new girls is Tinkerbella, Diamond, and Biggie. And Natalie says she gonna put Biggie in the house because Biggie didn't stand on business, which I definitely agree, because I did kind of feel some kind of way that Biggie didn't go to the house with Natalie and the rest of them. But yeah, Biggie, you don't give OG, because you're getting really scary. Because I was like, why is Biggie in this house and not Anna? But at least Anna stands up for herself. And after all that, Biggie didn't do anything. She just says, you know. But then Natalie says she has a surprise for them. So they have the Baddies tour bus again. And they haven't had one since Baddies West, which is wow. Because I did realize they didn't have one on Baddies Caribbean, but they were in different islands. So there's no point in them having no tour bus. And then Baddies East, they had the 2 separate houses, which they really needed a Baddies bus that season. So I'm glad the Baddies bus is back. And when they got on that bus, it was way too crowded. And then Natalie finally said, oh yeah, a lot of us are not going to really be on the bus. It's going to be like 10 of us at a time. But yeah, that bus was not a lot of space for all those girls. There's like 20 of them this season. Yeah. So after all that, the girls are getting ready for the club. And honestly, these 5 right here from the montages, these are the ones that stuck out to me, especially Big Legs. I'm telling y'all. My wife, Big Legs, she looks good from head to toe. The face eats. She don't even need no makeup. And these are the 2 that did not look good. I'm sorry. PP, because I told you I'm not calling her Pretty P. Yeah, PP looked really, no, she thought she was eating it. And Summer looked really, really cheap. Like, Summer, that wig was terrible. Like, you couldn't even tell that when you have a wig on, we're supposed to not see that it's a wig. Summer, that wig didn't have no lace on it. So the girls are on their way to the club, and Ivory can't go because when her and Big Legs got into that fight, Big Legs fucked up Ivory's lip piercing. So Ivory had to go to the emergency room. That's what you get, bitch. You should mind your fucking business. While the girls are on their way to the club, on the bus, we get another argument between Summer and Jasmine and Renee, which honestly, I'm really tired of them going back and forth because neither one of them can fight. Y'all both are from Detroit, so why can't y'all just link up together? And then, like, when they argue, it's like, what's the point? But yeah, I kind of breezed past that. So they get to the club, and the girls are going inside the club, and then all of a sudden we see this random bitch, and she just attacks Summer out of nowhere. And it's weird, they just breeze past that. Like, all of a sudden we see them outside fighting, and then all of a sudden they're in the club and like nothing happened. So yeah, they're inside the club, and honestly, I'm gonna breeze past this too. And honestly, I really wish Zeus would cut out the club scenes, because the club scenes ain't really been hitting like they used to. Like, the last really good club scenes was on Baddies West. But yeah, the club scenes ever since then, it seems like it's a drag because nothing really happens except little small tiffs. People performed. So Natalie performed her, famous song that she got with Beat King, may he rest in peace. Jade and Alexis performed. Biggie and Tasiki performed. And who else performed? Oh yeah, Tinkerbella and Diamond performed, but they didn't put Diamond's verse on there, so Diamond went a cappella, and she actually killed it. Oh yeah, and Rolly performed too, and she threw a drink at a girl because the girl was booing her, which is like, Rolly, not everyone's gonna like you. I don't know what was the point of you doing that, but yeah, that happened. So all of a sudden we get this scene, and Zeus cameras are down because it was filmed on an iPhone. So apparently Natalie says Summer said that she was gonna snatch Tinkerbella's chain or take Tinkerbella's baddie's chain or some shit like that. And then all of a sudden we see Tinker and Summer going at it. Summer looks confused. Tinker kicks Summer, security jumps in, and then that's the end of that. It was really confusing because there was no like motion to go into it. I don't think that's the right word. We didn't get a good lead up into it. Just happened out of nowhere. So it's the next day. I'm not going to go deep into detail about what was going on with these fights and arguments. So I'm just going to get to the base point. So Tinkerbella and Summer, they're going back and forth because Tinker still feels some type of way that Summer supposedly said that she's going to take her chain from her, which I honestly don't believe that Summer said that. I think Natalie took advantage of Summer being drunk and told Tinkerbella, oh yes, Summer said she was gonna snatch your chain. And then Tinkerbella slapped Summer out of nowhere, like telling her to shut up. Like, Tinkerbella, like, who are you? Like, Tinkerbella really pissed me off in this moment. I really do like Tinker, but girl, like, who are you to be telling people to shut up like you their mother or something? This is Baddies, boo. This is not Mommy's. So we get Jaden, she's talking to Big Lex and Emma, and I'm not going to talk about everything that was said. The base of it that made this moment was Emma and Scotty. So Scotty comes into the conversation, and her and Emma going back and forth because Scotty still feel some type of way of Emma calling her boring, and Emma's still standing on what she said. And then it's just back and forth, back and forth, and then they get up and they start fighting. Now, Zeus, y'all not slick. Now, every other fight we get a good view of it. This fight with Emma and Scotty, the cameras was moving all over the place, and then we didn't see anything until it looks like Scotty got Emma on the couch, but I think she probably got her on there because maybe Emma fell. But I definitely believe that Scotty was getting protected by you know who, and Emma actually got her, and they didn't want show Scotty getting her ass whooped on camera really bad. Because they did that with last episode. Yeah, y'all not slick, Zeus. Get that shit together. So we got Tasiki, Anna, Biggie, and Diamond. They're outside and they're still going off on Biggie, telling her, hey, you need to like stand up for yourself. And then when something is happening with me, this is Anna talking, you need to step in for me too. So then we find out that Biggie's actually going through something. So she said when Baddies Caribbean finished filming, her boyfriend had passed away, and she's now grieving at this moment. So that's why she's not really doing much, like why she's not standing up for herself, something like that. I don't want to sound mean, but with Biggie going through this, I honestly don't believe she should have came on the show. Because when you're grieving, being in an environment like this is not going to be good. And then you come on here saying that you're not fighting as well when you know what show you're on. Biggie, this is like your 4th or 5th season. Come on now. So yeah, Biggie, I think you probably should have stayed home, especially if you're going through something really, really traumatic like this. Then you shouldn't have came on the show. You could have took a season off, and honestly, you should have took this season off after that pussy shit you did at the reunion last season. In the midst of it, Jasmine and PP comes out, and then all of a sudden, PP tries to take Biggie's situation and try to compares it to Diamond sneaking her, and then directs it to Diamond talking about, yeah, we gotta fight again because you snuck me. Like, are you kidding me right now? We are literally having an emotional moment between Anna and Biggie, and you trying to use that to try to address somebody else. Like, you honestly could have done that somewhere else, and you could have like literally did that with Diamond at another time, not in this moment. It was just not the right time, PP. Like, come on. So we have Jayla, Ivory, Rolly, and Akbar. They're in the room and they're talking about Big Lex because Big Lex has an issue with Jayla and Ivory. And Jayla says that Big Lex thinks she's a bully and thinks that she picks and chooses who she wants to fight and that she doesn't fight people her size. And I did say this last week, I do like Big Lex, but I can't agree with her in that sense. I don't get bully vibes from Jayla. I don't think Jayla picks and chooses. When it's brought to her, she does go out there and fight. Akbar Messiah, she goes and brings Big Lex into the room, and Big Lex says, I feel like I'm going to be set up, and you ain't lying. So all of a sudden, her and Jayla, they start to fight, and the fight was so whack. It wasn't even a fight. None of them landed nothing. I will say Big Lex actually was swinging, and Jayla was like doing, I don't know what she was doing, but girl, it was terrible. And then they got separated by security, and Jayla takes an opportunity to try to get Big Lex while security has her, but you don't really get no points from that because you should have did that when you guys had all that space. So yeah, that was over, whatever that is. I know they fight a couple more times this season. I hope the fights are way better than what we saw here because that was terrible. But then Ivory wants to come and try to sneak Big Lex, and she's getting her ass whooped, and it looks like next week she's getting her ass whooped again. So yeah, Ivory, you really should have sat your ass down, bitch. But yeah, that's all I got for this episode, y'all. This episode was a drag. I was struggling to try to get some type of energy out, but it looks like the season is about to start picking up because next week we got that Bad Dolly and Tasiki fight, and we got Ivory and Big Lex, and I think that's just the start of them going multiple rounds. So maybe this is when the season starts picking up, but it needs to because I'm losing energy for this shit.